Here's the cold truth. The moment you stop talking to a woman, she doesn't just sit there and forget about you. No, she reacts. And how she reacts says everything about your value in her life. Some men think ignoring a woman is about playing hard to get. But I'm going to break that illusion right now. When you stop talking to a woman, it's not about manipulation. It's about flipping the power dynamic. Because listen carefully, silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. See, most guys chase. They beg, text, double text, over-explain, apologize, try to fix things, and slowly destroy their own self-respect. But when a man chooses silence, when he walks away and says nothing, he becomes dangerous, not in a toxic way, but in a way that makes her start questioning everything. She starts wondering, why did he stop? Is he over me? Is he talking to someone else? And that inner chaos, it's not accidental, it's psychological. Because here's what they won't tell you. Women are far more affected by silence than confrontation. They expect words. They expect attention. They feed off it. But when you cut off the supply, that's when her mind goes to war. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what a woman does when you stop talking to her, the behaviors, the tests, the reactions, and what those signs truly mean. This is not about revenge. This is about respect. And when you understand how women think when you go silent, you'll never chase again. 1. She pretends not to care, but watches everything. The first thing most women do when you stop talking to them is pretend like they don't care. She'll act unbothered. She won't text. She won't call. She might even look happier online, smiling, partying, hanging out with friends. But here's what's really happening. She's watching. Silently, obsessively. Women are emotional detectives, and when a man goes quiet, especially one she was used to getting attention from, her mind starts working overtime. She wants to know, did he move on? Is he happy without me? Why isn't he reacting? So what does she do? She starts scanning everything, your stories, your posts, your likes, your comments, even the women who show up around you. But the genius part, she'll never admit it. Because if she admits she's watching, she loses power. So she plays it cool, acts like you never mattered, while secretly stalking your digital shadow. This is where most men fail. They assume her silence means she's over it. Wrong. Most of the time, that silence is strategy, a test, a performance. She's waiting to see if you'll break first, if you'll chase, if you'll crack. And the worst move you can make? Reacting too soon. Because the moment you reach out, she wins. You just proved she still has control. 1. Real-world example. Let's say you stop texting a woman you were seeing. 2 days later, she uploads a picture at a bar, laughing with a guy in the background. That's not coincidence. That's a message. I'm fine without you. But scroll through your story viewers. And guess who's always watching? Her. That's the game. And now you know how it starts. 2. She starts posting just for you. When you stop talking to a woman, the first battlefield she runs to is her social media. Why? Because she knows it's the easiest way to get in your head without ever saying a word. Women are masters at using social media as a weapon. And when a woman wants your attention, she doesn't need to call or text. She just posts something calculated and waits for your reaction. At first glance, it looks innocent. A pretty selfie, a quote about healing or moving on. Maybe a photo out at dinner looking unbothered. But if you look closer, it's all a performance designed for you, not her followers. It's not about showing the world she's okay. It's about showing you that she doesn't need you, even though she's secretly hoping you're watching. This is what most men don't understand. Women communicate emotionally, not logically. So when she misses you, she won't always say it. Instead, she'll try to make you feel something. Jealousy, regret, curiosity. And if you fall for it and reach out, she'll act surprised. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about you. Lies. She wanted that reaction. That post was bait, and you bit. The smarter move? Recognize the game, but don't play it. Because when she sees that her little attention traps don't move you, she starts spiraling. That's when she reaches out. Not because you begged, but because your silence made her uncomfortable. 3. She tests you with silence. 2. Let's flip the script for a second. You think you're the one going silent on her? Think again. She's doing it too, on purpose. Here's the thing most men don't realize. When you stop talking to a woman, she doesn't just get emotional, she gets strategic. She knows silence affects you too. She knows that part of you is still wondering, will she message me? Does she care? Is she moving on? And she uses that against you. Suddenly, she goes quiet. No likes, no views, no reactions. She disappears, just like you did. But not because she's moved on, because she's waiting to see if you will break first. It's a silence war. And trust me, most guys lose it. They can't handle the tension. They can't handle the not knowing. So they reach out. Hey, just checking in. Boom. Game over. The second you do that, she knows, I still have him. And now everything resets. You're chasing again, and she's in control. But let's get real here. You've been there before, right? You stop texting, trying to stay strong, and then she doesn't say a word either. And it drives you crazy. You start checking her profile. You start wondering what she's thinking. You start making excuses to break the silence. Just one message, just one emoji, anything to feel some control again. That's her test. And if you cave, you fail. But when you hold your ground, when you keep calm, keep quiet, and don't give her what she's used to, that's when things shift. She realizes you're not like the rest. You're not emotionally fragile. You don't need her validation to stand strong. And suddenly, she's the one feeling ignored. That's when the silence starts working in your favor. 4. She tries to trigger you emotionally. Let's be honest, most men have no emotional discipline, and women know that. That's why, when you go silent, she doesn't just sit back and wait. She starts pushing your emotional buttons. She'll post something suggestive. She'll bring up an old friend. She might even throw shade at men who ghost women or suddenly act cold. It's all designed to make you feel something: guilt, jealousy, confusion, regret. Because if she can get you emotional, she can get you to react. And this is where most men fall apart. You see a post, you hear something from a friend, you read too deep into a quote she shared, and suddenly you're overthinking. You break your silence, you text her, you ask questions, you try to clarify. Congratulations, you just failed her emotional test. Here's the truth. She's not always trying to reconnect. She's trying to control the way you feel. Because if she can still make you feel, she knows she still has you wrapped. This is where men need to wake up. You're not supposed to react to every little thing she does. You're not supposed to be emotionally available on demand. If a woman can manipulate your emotions with a single post, a passive-aggressive quote, or a vague message, then you're not in control. She is. It's time to toughen up mentally. Stop chasing closure. Stop chasing explanation. Start focusing on yourself. Because if she's trying to trigger you, that means she's not over you. She wants a reaction because she misses the power she had. So next time you feel the urge to respond, to defend yourself, or to clear the air, don't. Let her sit with her own games. Let her wonder why you're not chasing. Because that silence, that self-control, it's what separates boys from men. 5. She gets validation from other men. Just to spite you. Now this part, it's where things get ugly. When you stop giving her attention, affection, and compliments, she doesn't just sit around missing it. She replaces it. Fast. She starts entertaining DMs, replying to guys she once ignored, accepting attention she used to reject. Not because she's genuinely interested, but because she wants to feel wanted again. and punish you in the process. This is her revenge phase. She doesn't want just any guy. She wants an audience. Someone who'll feed her ego, boost her confidence, and, most importantly, make you feel replaced. And here's the harsh reality. Some of you make it easy for her. You go quiet, but then you watch her story. You like her photos. You check who she's hanging with. And guess what? She sees that. So now she turns it up. New outfits, flirty captions. Maybe a night out with some mysterious guy in the corner of the photo. She's not doing it for herself. She's doing it for you. Because deep down she's thinking, let's see how he likes it when I get the attention he used to give me. And most men can't take it. They snap. They text her, ask questions, show jealousy, and boom, she wins. Because now she knows she still has emotional power over you. But let me tell you something real. A man who can't control his reaction when she seeks outside validation isn't ready to lead. You need to stay focused. She wants you jealous, reactive, and emotionally weak. Don't give her that satisfaction. Let her collect compliments from every guy in her phone. It's all noise. What matters is the man who doesn't flinch, doesn't beg, and doesn't react. That's the man she can't stop thinking about. 6. She acts like she doesn't care, but she does. One of the biggest mind games a woman plays when you stop talking to her is pretending like nothing happened. She'll smile, laugh, post like she's having the best time of her life. She might even act happier without you. But don't be fooled. It's a mask. Here's what women understand deeply. The more unbothered they look, the more bothered you'll feel. It's reverse psychology. If she acts like she doesn't care, you'll start doubting yourself. Was I not important to her? Did she move on that fast? Was she ever really into me? And that's exactly what she wants, to confuse you emotionally and make you question your decision to go silent. But let's make something clear. Women don't stop caring overnight. If she had any real feelings for you, any connection, attraction, or emotional bond, that doesn't just disappear. People don't detach that easily. So if she's acting cold, distant, or totally fine, it's not strength, it's strategy. She wants you to believe she's winning the breakup. She wants you to believe your silence didn't affect her. But here's the reality. The harder she tries to look unaffected, the more affected she actually is. This is where a lot of men make the mistake of re-engaging, just to check in, to test if she still cares, to get closure. Stop. You don't need to chase emotional confirmation from someone who's clearly playing games. You don't need to decode every smile, caption, or mood swing. A woman who truly doesn't care, she won't be trying to show you anything. So if she's still performing, it means you're still in her mind. And the man who wins is the one who doesn't flinch. 7. She secretly stalks you. Now here's a truth that might shock some of you. Even when she's ignoring you, she's watching you. You stop talking to her, and she acts like it's no big deal. She doesn't reach out, she doesn't comment, she doesn't like your posts. But guess what? She sees everything. She checks your stories, sometimes anonymously. She looks at who you're hanging out with. She notices your mood changes, your silence, your confidence. Because even if she doesn't want to talk to you, she still wants to keep tabs on you. And here's what's wild. A lot of guys miss this. They assume she's gone, that she forgot, that she doesn't care anymore. But women are masters of quiet investigation. They'll watch you from a burner account. They'll have their friends check on you. Or they'll casually ask someone close to you, "So, how's he been doing?" It's subtle, it's hidden, but it's constant. Because the moment you stop giving her attention, her mind starts racing. She wants to know, are you missing her? Are you suffering in silence? Or worse, are you moving on without her? And if you're out there leveling up, staying unbothered, posting high-value moments without thirsting for attention, that drives her insane. Why? Because now she's the one on edge. She's the one craving answers. She's the one who feels like she's lost the upper hand. But here's the catch. You can't fake this. You can't post things just to get a reaction from her. She'll sense that. You have to genuinely stop caring. That's when your silence becomes powerful. That's when you become unpredictable. And nothing makes a woman more curious than a man she can't figure out anymore. 8. She plays mind games to break your silence. When you stop talking to her, don't think she just sits quietly waiting. She's playing a mental chess game with you. Every move you make, or don't make, is a piece on her board. She'll drop hints. Maybe a vague message like, "Hope you're doing okay," or "I guess you're busy." She'll use emojis that seem casual, but are designed to pull you back in. Sometimes she'll even say things that sound like she's over you, only to follow up later with mixed signals. This isn't accidental. It's calculated. Her goal: to break your silence. She wants you to feel uncomfortable with the quiet. She wants you to think about her. She wants you to react. And most men fall into this trap. They read into every message. They wonder if she's testing them. They try to decode the meaning behind every word. And then they respond, usually too soon or too much. Here's the cold truth. If you answer every mind game, you lose control. You become predictable. She knows she can push your buttons and get exactly what she wants. Men need to learn the power of not reacting. That means ignoring vague texts. That means resisting the urge to clarify or explain. That means staying quiet, even when it's hard. Because when you break your silence to fix things or clear the air, you show weakness. You reveal you're still hooked. And that's exactly what she's counting on. The real power move? Keep your distance emotionally and mentally. Let her think you're busy, uninterested, or even moved on. She'll hate it. But that's when her mind starts racing. And that's when you win. 9. She tests your boundaries. When you stop talking, don't think she'll just accept it quietly. She's going to push, poke, and test how far she can go. She'll send random messages at weird times. "Hey, you there?" Or, "Can we talk?" She might drop heavy questions about your feelings or future plans. Or she could try to guilt trip you. "I miss you," or "I don't know why you're acting like this." This is her way of seeing if you'll fold. And most men do. They answer every message, explain themselves, and try to fix things. They think if they're nice enough, she'll come back. But here's the harsh truth. Being too available makes you lose respect. When you set clear boundaries, when you don't reply right away, or ignore some messages completely, she realizes you're not a doormat. This is where men need to wake up. You're not there to be her emotional punching bag. You're not there to comfort her every time she feels insecure. You're a man with standards and boundaries. If she crosses those boundaries, it's on you to stand firm. Don't respond to emotional blackmail or drama. Don't engage in endless conversations that go nowhere. The more you respect yourself and your limits, the more she will respect you. And ironically, this makes her want you more. Because women want a man who's strong enough to say no, not a man who says yes to everything just to keep the peace. So when she tests your limits, don't flinch, don't explain, just stay solid. 10. She tries to make you jealous. When you stop talking to her, expect one thing for sure. She'll try to make you jealous. It's a classic move. She'll post pictures with other guys, drop hints about dates, or talk about how much fun she's having without you. This isn't just about her having a good time. It's a power play. She wants to see if you care enough to react. If you get jealous, call, or message her, she wins. She proves she still controls your emotions. But here's the truth most men don't realize. Jealousy makes you look weak. It shows you're still emotionally tied to her, even if you're trying to act tough. The key is to stay calm and detached. Don't comment on her posts. Don't ask questions. Don't show that you're affected. Remember, confidence is silent. A man who's truly confident doesn't need to prove anything by reacting. If she wants to play jealousy games, let her. You don't have to play along. At the end of the day, the man who wins is the one who controls his emotions, not the one who reacts first. Here's the harsh truth no one wants to admit. When you stop talking to her, she doesn't just lose interest. She fights to keep you hooked. But most men, they panic, beg, or try to explain themselves. They become predictable, weak, and easy to control. That's exactly what women want. If you really want to win her back, or even just take control, you need to learn the power of silence and emotional distance. You need to become the man who doesn't chase, doesn't explain, and most importantly, doesn't react. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever stopped talking to a woman and seen her suddenly change? Did she play games, try to make you jealous, or act like she didn't care, even though you knew she did? Drop your story in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'll personally reach out to some of you. We're building a community here, a place where men learn, grow, and take real control over their relationships. So don't be shy. Share your experience. Let's talk. Because the truth is, you're not alone in this.